1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12!
Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train, talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace.
Train show, the A-Train Politics. It's Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. Woo. Come on in. It's time for another edition. Join the ride, join the conversation. We're here today. I'm rocking my Cardinals because today is opening day in St. Louis. It's opening day. Yes, understand the Cardinals are going to stink this year. And shout out to my guy, Ryan. I hate you so much. I hope you're watching today. My man said they're going to play like they a 59 and 103 team. I wanted the middle finger you, but I'm not going to do that today. Today is a good day. And today's title is The Curious Case of Paul Heyman. But before I get into all of that, I have to send a shout out to Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell is a spring football extraordinaire. He stepped down covering spring football for this year, probably for a while. And I remember having Mike. He did a show I did a long time ago called Alliance to XFL, where I did a focused on the AAF and the XFL in 2020. And Mike Mitchell was a guy that had did the original. He was a writer for the original XFL back in 2001 at the age of, I think it was like 19 years old. So he wrote back then, and he had been in the space for 25 years. And he's stepping away to focus on family and things like that. And I want to always wish all the best to you, Mike, because you have been kind enough to join me on programs and stuff like that. And we've had conversations on social media and stuff like that. So all the best to you, Mike, and all your endeavors and whatnot. I also want to give a shout out to my little niece, Kylie Drummer. She's going to be having surgery near the end of April. So if you are a spiritual person, just make sure you send up a prayer to my little 3-year-old niece. Oh, this is 3-year-old shouldn't have to deal with what she has to deal with, but I definitely want to put that out there with space. What is my man saying? Okay, getting them in. And also, I want to send a shout out to the BK. What's up, baby? How are you today? Hope everything is well for you. I know I've been speaking to you a little bit on the chat and whatnot, but I want to make sure I show my love for you as well today. All right. Opening day is here, and I hope you are checking in with the baseball games today on NBC. NBC's back in baseball again. I think NBC trying to take over the world when it comes to sports. I'm surprised they didn't keep pro wrestling, but that's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story, man. All right, let's bring in the chaos because I got my panel with me today. We're gonna touch a bit on some blasphemy. Y'all know how I get down when I do this shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring first to the table from Greer Consulting. You know, he's a big WWE fan, man, and I love when he gets on this space because he's very passionate about what's going on in this space today. And I ain't gonna waste no time, ladies and gentlemen. If he's arrived, there's Jason Greer. What's going on, sir? How are you?
Train, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. I'm good, man. Glad to have you back on board. And my next guest is also a WWE fan, but he's a bit younger, man. Like, I want to get all insights from different fans. So I got to bring my nephew. Get on here and slide back into this camera, dog, so we can see you, man. Thank you. My nephew Jared is in the house. What's good, sir? How are you today?
How y'all doing today?
Good
all
to
right,
see you, man.
all right.
Good,
We waiting
good.
on Doc is running, so I know he's trying to get here too. But I'm gonna work with what I have right now until he arrives. I've been wanting to get y'all thoughts, and I'm gonna put the youngster in the middle. So you know we got the adults talk. See, look, and he do this all the time. He do this all the time. He come in when he wants to. I ain't got no problem with it. He's
on the Lord's time, man. He's on the Lord's time, right?
Let's bring him in. Here we go. There he is.
Listen,
What's going on, sir?
what's up, Jason?
How you feel, man?
Nephew? I'm good, man. I'm cooling. Hey, it what I wasn't trying to delay, sir.
I know you was. I'm just giving
You
you
know,
trouble. I'm giving you trouble.
Yeah, I have other obligations that be going on.
We know this, man.
So
We
yeah,
know
I'm
this.
cool, man. What's up,
You
Jason? How you been, man?
I can't wait to get in this conversation with you, man. I've been looking forward to this.
Look, everybody get their hands together.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
This is crazy. We got this Femi Brock Lesnar thing, right? Then we got this Seth Rollins situation, right? Then we have the dang, I lost it. Roman Punk. And it's all due to one man. One man.
Paul Heyman.
And it's been the story. And that's why I titled this The Curious Case of Paul Heyman. Because Paul Heyman got all this going on right now on Monday Night Raw. And it's just epic. And not to mention Cody Rhodes. I mean, you got to throw in Cody Rhodes because he has something to do with Paul Heyman too. And that's the major storyline that's going on SmackDown right now. So my question to you, first off, I want to, as we talking about Paul Heyman, I want to focus on Femi first. And as my guy keep blinking over there, I want to go to Jason. Jason, what is your thoughts been so far about Mr. Femi himself?
Look, man. I remember the first time I saw Brock Lesnar. I was in grad school at the University of Illinois, and this is when they had just brought him. They were starting to bring him up. He was at OVW, and it was my first time seeing someone that large. He hadn't been on TV at all. It's the first time seeing someone that large move that well. WWE's always been, the land of giants, but I'd never seen anybody like this. The feeling I had when I saw Brock Lesnar the first time is the feeling that I have every single time Femi comes down that ramp, gets in that ring, and throws, the Viking Raiders around, or the War Raiders, whatever they're called, like they're little kids. Femi, not only is he the future, he's the future's future. That's what I think about Femi.
Good observation, sir.
Good, very good observation. Jerry, give your thoughts on the one and only Mr. Femi.
Oh my God, you in these hands.
So I am, I always claim that I am the NXT watcher of the whole group. So I grew up in an era where we didn't have Brock. I grew up in that PG era of the WWE. So once I got the chance to see a black man that looks like he can destroy everybody, like a blessing. And when he got to Brock, I almost cried. Actually, I did cry.
I
I
feel you.
was at church too, and I did cry because it's like reparations for all the times Black champion.
The
Kobe.
Rock.
Kobe. He
Kofi. Go on down the line.
Kofi all day.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. When Oba did in NXT, I'm like, we all knew that he was gonna be this great superstar. We saw it. There's no question. I don't know why my man blinking. He is blinking like for real.
Oh, I am.
But, yeah, you do the blinking. It's like is somebody giving you a message that we don't know about?
Ooh.
Because you
Oh,
blinking.
nah.
You was blinking.
Okay. That's this technical stuff. You know how when you try to do
I got you.
That's all this podcast equipment.
I know it's been like that, and it won't be anytime you got a problem. That means it's a good thing. But in this space here, we've seen how great Obafemi has been all the way up to this point. And then when we get Brock Lesnar open challenge, me and Doc had already said the person that we want to see in this space was Obafemi. Mm-hmm. And it just made it a cinch when he did what he was able to do the first time, which was it was this.
Almost got Brock! Almost got Brock! Holy The ruler just put down the beast!
So that happened the first time, and it was electric. And hearing about the moment, first off, let me ask you, Jared, when you saw that moment, what was your first thought on that?
Thank God. That was my first moment. I would say first of all, I was surprised that Brock actually did it, went through it. But you have been telling me he's a company guy. So the fact that when I seen the video, I watched it multiple times. I seen the video, and when Brock said, "Put your foot on me," I said, "Oh yeah, he believe in this young man." I said, "Yes, passing the torch. Thank you, thank you." Brock can retire. I'm tired of Brock.
Oh my God. Oh my
Jason.
God.
Look, man, I don't know about that part about tired of Brock. Brock is. We ain't never seen anything like Brock until Oba. But I'm going to say this, man. My first thought was, please don't give us another Brock Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania. That was my first thought. Because I was just like, look, the card is already tired. They're already struggling to bring everyone, even to fill out the card. And then when those lights went out, and Oba's lights, which really, let's be honest, when we talk about reparations, every single light was representing an ancestor, right? Like current iPhone 17, the current version of us is here, right? And when he came down and was doing this, everybody talks in terms of Roman because Roman's my guy, right? I think in a past life I must have been Polynesian or something because I love Roman dynasty, right? Loved them all. When people talk about Roman, they always talk about aura. It took Roman a decade to get there. Obafemi in one night, before he even reached the ring, in one night, just doing the Nigerian war dance. I was like, this is the GOAT.
Yes.
And when he picked up Brock, bro, I paused the screen. I ain't gonna lie to you. I paused it because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I got up, I did a little moonwalk. Honestly, I can't dance. So that was a hard moonwalk, right? I heard the ancestors, and then Brock came crashing. Oba is the man.
Listen, hey, we sit here, like I said, we want to give Brock a lot of credit because Brock is the one that's making this push for Obafemi. And But the person that I'm thinking that I'm going to give credit to is the title of this program, The Curious Case of Paul Heyman. I think that Heyman seen something with Obafemi and knew that the best person for Brock Lesnar was going to be Obafemi. Why? Oba is bigger, stronger, younger. Like you could, we've been sitting here having these scenarios of what we want to see, and you let him twice. Twice you've let him get him. And Brock has played it both times. The only thing I was upset about, and I talked about this Tuesday, I said, Brock said the word boy. That was it. That's the only thing that I was mad about was the word boy. That you lucky. And I get it. Y'all I see. Listen,
I was not offended.
Pastor, back me up when I say this. Have y'all ever seen a man get beat down, but because he's still a man, he's gonna crap talk on his way as he's getting thrown out the door?
Oh yeah.
First thing he says is something to minimize the man who just whooped his tail. It wasn't racial. It was, he actually kind of stuttered. Boy. Right? So I loved it because I've never seen Brock intimidated before.
I loved it too. I was telling Arlington, I said the craziest thing about this pop is that you could see this stirring up from NXT. I just wish that they had not messed up Oba's run with him losing to
Ricky Sanchez.
I couldn't understand of why. You know, this guy, we don't like this guy. This guy. That's Jared's boy. That's Jared's.
That's Jared's guy. That's Jared's guy.
I would defend NXT to the day I die. Yes, I do like Ricky Saints. It doesn't matter.
This guy is looking at his hand because I just didn't understand that. And then for him to win it back and then drop the belt only to be transferred. This is what I was going to pose a question to you, and all of you guys can answer. Do you think this is a way for Oba to eventually become a Paul Heyman guy?
And that was the thing that I was. I said, could we see that? Could we see that? Could Paul Heyman turn on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania?
He been turning on everybody else.
Paul Heyman's a hoe. Right? He don't care. Right? He can sit next to you, he can sleep next to you, and be looking at the next cat, right? That's Paul Heyman, right?
That's a good way to put that, Jace. Right. But that's the truth, though. Think about it, man. Every person he's basically have been the advocate, the wise man for, he's turned his back on them. So why not do that just to give Oba that extra push? I think what Brock is doing is phenomenal. And Jared don't necessarily like Brock. I ain't never had a problem with Brock. I thought Brock was always only one thing I had a problem with Brock about, and that was beating Undertaker at WrestleMania. I think that shouldn't have never happened either. But again, we are not in the writer's booth. They won't let us up in Connecticut up in that area where they are writing these things. They won't let us in. So if they let us in, we can kind of save some of this stuff. But the reality is that Brock has always been that company guy and has been dominant. And we always have had a dominant factor in the WWE always. So somebody got to be dominant. And by Brock being dominant so long and then having somebody come in and dominate him means the world, because now you're transferring that grace, but then not only that, you're building somebody else up to be who you have already been. And so I think it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's been the part that we've been wanting to see for quite some time
Yep.
is who is going to be this dominance of grace. Granted, we had Roman Reigns as the guy that did it for 1,300 days, over as champion, but we never, and he was the wreck everything and leave. See, the thing is, I would not mind seeing a Roman Reigns versus Obafemi at some point, if that's granted. You want to see the tribal chief against the ruler.
Mhm.
And that would be for supremacy of WWE.
Check this out. Imagine
You know what I mean? And that's how quick that Obafemi has risen to where he is now.
Head of the table versus the ruler.
I saw this
You
thing.
know what I'm
I saw this thing on Instagram, and it made so much sense. They were talking about how over Oba is. They said because if you really want to look at the mark of how over someone is, it's within that age demographic of 5 to age 15. And when Oba was coming down the ring and they showed the crowd, how many little kids were doing this, right? Right. And when Oba, like I've never seen anything before, but I want to get back to something you were talking about in terms of him becoming a Paul Heyman guy, right? And Paul Heyman pushing for this. Paul Heyman historically has people who look like us, right? Historically. So I'm gonna give him his props there, but I'm gonna say something else. So I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm going to both nights 1 and 2. There's a reason why I'm bringing this up. When I looked at tickets 2 months ago, I said, you know what? I'm not willing to sell my truck just to go for 2 nights, right? Then 2 weeks ago, I go in the same seat that I was looking at that was $6,000 a piece per night. I got for $1,000 for both nights.
Listen.
They discounted the ticket prices by 30 to 40%. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, Brock and Oba, for as excited as I am, because that sold me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like initially, Punk, Roman, they were selling me, but then I don't like their interactions, right? I haven't liked their interactions. Think it's bringing out the worst. As soon as Oba and Brock was made, I was like, I'm there. The reason why I think this is happening at WrestleMania, as opposed to SummerSlam, which was originally rumored, that's when Brock Lesnar was going to bow out and officially retire. He's going to turn the mantle over to Oba. They're not selling. And you got TKO who's on top of them because TKO's financial strategy is not working. You got Triple K, who he and his riders are feeling like, man, we can't sell, right? We're not filling out this card. Now we got a hot shot, right? You know what I'm talking about when I say Triple K, and I ain't talking about Kit Kat, right? You know what I'm talking about. Right? I'd say that's Triple H's face, right?
Clip it.
Clip it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm sorry. He was in the moment, and I was like, you said that it just took me and Jerry off guard. It caught me off guard.
I was trying to ignore it because I was trying to make sure.
I'm trying. Me too. It was hard.
But y'all know what I'm talking about with Triple K.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We definitely knew.
Yes, sir.
And we're going back to DX days. So come on now.
You got
Right.
Black Michaels, man.
I'm good.
But I think that's what makes it incredible. And I told me and Arlington had this conversation too. I was not impressed with the card of WrestleMania until Obafemi and Brock Lesnar was advertised to be a match. I'm gonna tell you, as hype as they trying to make Roman and CM Punk and Cody and Randy Orton, it does not give me the value. I told Arlington, I said, they should have closed Monday Night Raw and SmackDown with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. They should not have closed with Randy Orton and Cody or with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. They shouldn't have never closed the show with that. Because if you pay attention to the start of the show went way up here and then it just dragged down to this low. And you don't want to get people not interested And so that Oba match is, I told him they need to, I don't care who win the championship, they need to close the show and let it be a all-out brawl to the point where Brock is trying to send him to Suplex City and can't lift him up no more. And then
Yes.
Oba to start wrecking him. And it's a wrap. And that's how you build this case. But
Yes.
they ain't gonna do that, man. Oba needs to close the show. I'm telling you, they need to close.
Can I just say something just right quick?
Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I went to SmackDown. I was at SmackDown last Friday night in Raleigh. And I'm going to tell you something. People were hot for Randy because it's the Viper.
Thank God.
But in between the breaks, during the commercial breaks, when they showed Oba lifting up Brock, you know, usually commercial breaks, people are going to use the bathroom, getting refreshments.
Yep. Nope.
First time he lifted, the crowd erupted. That match in itself, to Pastor's point, I don't care if it's one, I don't care if it's the end. That's the main event because nobody else is talking about Roman Punk. They're not. They ain't. When has Cody been this irrelevant?
Listen.
Right?
I'm telling you.
Oba Brock is the attraction.
They need to close one of them nights. If
Jared,
not the first night, they need to close the first night, period. And
Jared, I
it's
see you
be a wrap.
seething. I see you seething. What you got to say, brother? What you got to say?
Yeah, when he put his hands together, that means he's ready to talk.
No.
See, why you breaking, man? Why you breaking him?
Okay.
It's this for me, dude, every time.
For all of y'all. I don't know if y'all know this, but we're 2 weeks away
Yep.
from WrestleMania.
3 weeks.
So
3 weeks.
I kind of have an issue with the fact that there's only been like 5 matches announced for the whole entire pay-per-view. And they supposed to be getting an hour added longer. So in my mind, I'm thinking 7 matches each night. And they have no storyline with a big people. Because I don't know if y'all know this, Gunther hasn't been on Raw in 2 weeks.
Right.
3, my bad,
Yes.
3 weeks. Gunther hasn't been on Raw. The tag team champions are not even considered to be a WrestleMania match. They consider to be in the Roman Reigns match, which is odd for me because you want to have people come in, you need the titles on the line. This whole, how would I say it? Ray not there. Ray supposed to retire. Nobody cares about the Y6 no more. Fighting the solo in them because I'm getting tired of that.
Yeah.
There's no more WrestleMania worthy matches that I can see that
You're forgetting Drew and
Jacob Fatu.
Fatu. That's a good match.
That's gonna be hot. That match's gonna be hot.
That's gonna be a dope match now.
Yeah.
They just ain't really did enough leg work to build it, but that's gonna be a crazy match because of the fact that the last show they both fell off of whatever the truck was and they disappeared. So because of that reason, that's gonna be a pretty dope match. I think that match is gonna be hot. It's quite a few of them that's on there on the card. I think the problem is none of them have the sting and the steam of Oba Brock. That match is gonna be the match of the WrestleMania weekend. If no other match that's, I mean, and not taking no credit away from anybody else, you know, the Rhea and Jey, now that Jey got this her baddies back, you know, none of that matters. I told Arlington this. I said, had it not been for these injuries, this WrestleMania would look totally different.
100%.
We still have not heard from Braun Breaker, who has now been cleared medically.
Oh, he played himself. Okay.
So if Braun comes back, then that gives us a Braun Seth match. Again, we still building cases, but without the injuries, you know, to Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, you know, Rey Mysterio, you got Bianca Belair gone, Naomi Baby, you know, so without all of those major superstars, I don't think we're going to get what we want. But that match with Oba and Brock Lesnar should be the highlight of the weekend.
without a doubt. Because every other, watch this. Here's another thing that people aren't talking about. We've never seen it.
You're right.
Other than their three interactions, right? The brief interaction with Royal Rumble, we've not seen it. It's been so, to Pastor's point, it's been so long, and I understand exactly where Jared's coming from, but I think it was AJ Styles who was talking about, they asked him, why didn't you retire at WrestleMania? And AJ Styles, out of the Phenomenal One's mouth, said, WrestleMania's kind of lost some of its luster. And if we're really talking about WrestleMania, I feel like WWE, this current version, the Paul Levesque era, peaked at WrestleMania 40.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
True.
WrestleMania 40 was the culmination of Vince McMahon's storytelling. I know that he's problematic, but he's the reason why so many of us are wrestling fans.
Still here.
Right?
We still here. Yeah.
Still here. It was a culmination of the Vince McMahon, Paul Levesque, Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman storyline, because everything revolved around the bloodline. Everything. So there was this cohesive, I cared about LA Knight because of the bloodline. I cared about, going down the line.
Oh,
Now you have all these separate storylines and there's no cohesion whatsoever. And
Other
that's
than Paul Heyman.
other than Paul Heyman. And, it to me, it's kind of like, and I get back to Jared's point, they do have matches announced, but am I as excited about those matches because I've seen them at every PLE?
Yeah.
And regular show.
Yes.
And regular.
So
And I
this over match gonna be dope. This open and Brock Lesnar match gonna be phenomenally crazy, because that energy is gonna be high, and I know it's gonna be high in my house because we're gonna be acting up. I can guarantee you we're gonna act up.
African garb and everything.
Do you realize how many people across, I don't care, the racial demographic is nothing, gonna be wearing them bees, wearing kunta, kente cloths, talking about my great granddaddy was Nigerian, right? Oba
Dude,
is
I
a
was
revolution.
about to go give me some braids and get the cornrows in the head. I was gonna be prepared.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I was gonna be prepared. Doc.
Right.
I got me some bees from Hawaii. I was gonna put them on.
I was gonna grab some potatoes and put some strings around it.
Listen,
Like that.
y'all something else. Something's wrong with y'all today.
When's the last time we've been this excited about a superstar?
You know what?
The
I think
Shield.
when we was, but see, no, the thing we were excited about was the story itself. We weren't, and that was the bloodline. That's what we were excited about.
Facts.
We had not been excited about a single superstar that has been able to transform and pretty much save the show.
Yeah.
Because if there was no Obafemi Brock Lesnar, the four of us would be sitting here looking today like, who's watching Mania?
Is Rock coming back? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what we'd be talking about. Is The Rock coming back? We'd be hoping that something would inject some level of excitement in.
And it's not, and instantly when we saw Oba come out, and the thing about it, me and Doc had a problem with was Seth Rollins being in the ring. I said Seth wasn't a problem to me. He was like, man, he needed to be removed. He could have went after Paul Heyman. I said, maybe, just maybe, the little small inkling he called upon Obafemi to come down because he couldn't do it. And this whole thing with the Masked Man and whatnot had been slowly been lackluster and being removed. It was cool up until Seth came back, Elimination Chamber, and finished off. And it's like, where were they going to go after that? So him coming down, and then Brock Lesnar was like, I'm opening up my challenge. Seth coming down and talking to Heyman, and then Oba coming out afterwards. I think I got that mixed up. But my thing is, Oba was coming down to challenge Brock Lesnar. And we wanted it. we just didn't know what was going to happen like right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he picked him up, and I know when y'all saw it, because I love playing the clip just because of how he picked him up.
Almost got Brock! Almost got Brock! Holy The ruler just put down the beast!
I got
And
you.
whoever that fan was, I got everything off of her from the mic. She's screaming like ridiculous. And San Antonio was a great spot to do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Great
Yeah.
crowd. All
It's great
historically great crowd. Historically.
Yes, they very historic. So that's why it meant that he should do what he did. But when I'm looking at Oba and he was picking him up, I was like, please just don't drop him. Whatever you do, don't drop him. Make sure the moment stick. And I know he probably was thinking the same thing, that I have to pick this dude up and I have to slam him and make it ferocious. And it was like everything was just pinpointed. And I'm like, this could be something larger than life. Like once he beats Brock, you almost cannot touch Obafemi. You can't touch him. Nobody can. That's why I'm
He
saying
don't need no title. He don't
Roman,
need no title.
The Apex Predator just killed the Apex Predator. Right?
if Roman gets the title, SummerSlam, Obafemi better be challenging Roman Reigns for
Yes.
that championship.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I hope and pray. God, now you got me excited because I hope and pray. Roman, I want to see Roman show fear. We ain't seen this version of Roman be scared. I still go back to Roman standing in the middle of the ring the night after he beat The Undertaker. Crowd's blowing up for 12 minutes. And he's looking around and he goes, this is my yard now.
It's my yard, and I dropped it.
We've never seen Roman scared, but he ain't never faced somebody who was capable of beating a man who suplexed him 96 times in the middle of the ring. I hope he reforms the bloodline. I hope God rest in peace, his daddy comes back. So he's got ghost powers, whatever the case might be. And it's still not enough. That's what I think of Oba.
Hey, I said, and Doc was like, no, he shouldn't do that. I said, if Brock puts him in the F5, he's able to keep out of it, and he go for the cover, I said he should kick out at 1.
Ooh.
Mm.
You do? Overdo?
Look, see.
Because we've never seen that. We've never seen that.
You know the
I
thing
told you. I said he
when
should
Over
kick out at 1. It's to indicate that Brock Brock's powers have been weakened and that Oba just consistently gets stronger. That's the reason why I said that. Not because, and even if he does get him to Suplex City and whatnot, Oba is rolling up and he's popping right back up like nothing.
Well, I said that too. I agree. I agree with that.
If
I
he
just
put that
don't think the
F5
match
on,
needs to go quick. I think the
let
match
that
needs
sucker
to
kick
be.
out at 1.
We need a match.
We
Like
need
he
a
did with
match.
Goldberg. Like he did with Goldberg.
Right. We don't need no quick match. We don't need him to come in and straight dominate him, like give him no shot. No, we need there to be. This is like Godzilla versus King Kong. Like this is that great battle we have been waiting on of two behemoths coming together, getting ready to figure out whose house is gonna run the house. And the thing of it is, you got the beast who has not been conquered, who has been the conqueror, that's getting ready to be conquered by a ruler. Dude, that's amazing. That's great storytelling. And if you don't have the right people to make it work, you pay attention to Oba's emotion. That when right before he comes out on the show, when he does he just stands there because he's so caught up in his emotion. Normally he'll get right into his stride. He's so caught up in the hype of that he got to soak it in. Man, that's an emotional moment for you to get that kind of pop with that guy and to be able to get in the ring with this powerhouse of Brock Lesnar and see you guys just go at it. I think everything Brock does, he should be able to phase it off. And a couple of times, let him get suplex and, he shake it. or whatever. But that first time, let him try to do it and it don't work, or let him do it and he just roll up out of it. Like it just needs to be a constant build up of I'm stronger than you, and I think it just works from that point.
Which is why, to that point, I'm hoping Paul Heyman doesn't get involved, because
He probably won't though, bro.
Right.
And let me tell you why he won't. It's gonna be two reasons. One, he's gonna have his hands full with Seth freaking Rollins. I believe without a shadow of a doubt, Seth freaking Rollins is gonna have nobody's gonna interfere in that match, but Seth freaking Rollins is gonna have him scared. Watch. And I can almost guarantee it's gonna be something like having these masked men jumping out of nowhere. It's gonna scare Paul Heyman to walk out of the arena, just for that match, so that match can be a literal match. But then the other thing is he's probably gonna have his hands full with trying to defend, I guess, the vision against Seth. I think they're building up for that, and that gives us a Braun Breaker return, right? So having that return, I don't think Brock is as important to the storyline as it would be with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. His interference or involvement in them would make more sense than him involving himself in this. I just don't see it being him interfering in that match.
I hope not, because look, if you want to make Oba, you don't make Oba on an accident.
Yes, you're right.
You don't make him on an interference.
That's facts. I just don't feel like they would do that. And him interfering in other matches, maybe the Usos versus Austin Theory and Logan Paul, maybe interfere. I really believe they're trying to build up this storyline between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman in order to get us a Braun Breaker back, because I don't necessarily feel like when Paul Heyman came out looking all busted and disgusted, that the actual move would have been Brock Lesnar. I think the move was supposed to be Braun Breaker, but he wasn't ready yet. And so at the end of the day, let's shift it on this. And then if you notice how Paul was standing and looking, even after Seth got out of the ring, Paul was just kind of standing there looking like, oh my God, this happened. Like, so it didn't really give any work for him to the storyline other than that facial expression once he got slung over the rope. Clothesline over the rope.
You speak of that, but this is what it led to.
Yes, sir.
All of that. All of it. That was Raw in a nutshell.
Yeah. Everybody
Everybody getting smashed.
Everybody snapping.
Everybody was crashing out.
it was great. It was great.
So okay,
I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry.
in the clip, because the person I wanted to, we mentioned the vision, Jey Uso. Jey Uso has listen. It bothered me. It bothered me, one, with the brass nuts. I said, okay, he turning heel, I guess, because he don't do that type of thing. Second, how in the world was he able to tell Roman Reigns, get that man, and call him Joe? Like, what? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think he started drinking too much after he. That's my honest opinion. I think he started drinking way too much after he won the title. Because remember the interview he was kind of lit. They showed the unreal with him being lit up in the hotel room, just and then having those interviews where he's stumbling through his words. I think he's losing that part of it. I don't think he's losing it with the fans so much so with the matches. I think he's losing in the matches, but he still got the hype of the fans, if that makes sense. Like, and it's kind of the weirdest dynamic, because we still yeeting with him, but then at the same time don't really want to see him wrestle.
Yeah, he says, but to that point, I agree with you. But did you see his interview with Cody on Cody's podcast?
I didn't see that one.
It was really good. It was really informative because Jey talked about how much he and other wrestlers are starting to miss a step because they're not wrestling nearly as much as they used to. He said, so what they're doing now is, I mean, they went from wrestling 3 or 4 times a week to only wrestling once, right? And even those matches are barely 5 or 10 minutes. He said, so, he misses the days when they'd be on the road doing that grind because you're starting to see, and he didn't talk about his own work, but he was kind of talking about his own work. If you look at the matches that have taken place, these matches are starting to get a bit sloppier. People are getting hurt. People are getting hurt because they're not getting in that work rate, right? And look, it's easy for me to say I'm just a fan. These guys, men and women have the opportunity to be at home more than they ever have before. Congratulations. But the product is suffering. And I think when we talk about Jey Uso, I love Jey. I love Jey. I love the fact that Jey was snapping. I just don't understand what Jey's snapping about because it went from, I don't like what you said about my uncle to now I'm just going to take everything out on everybody as though y'all were joning on my uncle too. And I don't get that.
I don't get the Sami Zayn.
Bro.
I just don't get it. I don't get none of it. I don't get none of it.
Sammy and Raleigh got booed out of the building. And he got booed out of the building. Like when I say booed out of the building, he got booed out of the building. You know why? Because Sammy's grumbling about everything. And then you got Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper, Trick Willie, right? Who's a special kind of beast. That's another show, I'm sure, but I'm just saying.
King of the Ring, Trick Williams.
That's the point.
Last Legend, Queen of the Ring.
Wait a second.
King of the Ring, Trick Williams. Last Legend, Queen of the Ring. Let them be the King and Queen of the Ring.
Jared.
Power couple.
Jared, why you mad about this?
Oba needs to be the king of the ring.
There can be more than one.
There's a reason why I would put him at King of the Ring and other than Obafemi. Obafemi is past King of the Ring now. He's past King of the Ring.
Give me 1 second.
He's past that.
Okay.
He passed King of the Ring now. And so once that happens, it solidified that this should be Trick Show. And then him and Lash Legend, I think they could be, because you want Lash Legend to get at a championship spot too, especially on SmackDown. Get it. Listen, understand this. Obafemi is going to go after that World Heavyweight title. There's no need for him to go anywhere mid after that. King of the Ring is beneath him. That's beneath him. We'll say it. We'll say it for Oba. Oba don't have to say it. We'll say it for him. That's beneath him. He don't need that. I understand he is the ruler, but let Trick Williams have that because that's meant for Trick. That embodies Trick. Trick needs something like that to kind of elevate him even more. Even though he don't really, but it's a power title with him that he can have that it will work for.
Agreed.
And Lash, yes. Let's say she don't win let's say she loses the title, the tag titles, right? Putting her at the King of the Ring can elevate her up to a SmackDown WWE Women's Championship. That don't hurt her. Because a lot of people want to see that. And let her get, let's say Jey just does keep the title. Let's say she does keep the title against Rhea. Lash Legend, Jade Cargill, we wouldn't mind seeing that. Your father wouldn't mind seeing that.
Absolutely. Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come on.
I think that's a good work.
Hey, just for y'all today, there's Jada Parker. There you go. Hey, just for y'all. Yeah, it is. And speaking of which, with her, she is in this bout with Kalani Jordan. I don't
Again.
mind it.
I
I
love
don't
it.
mind it. I don't mind it.
You
I
better
want
not let her lose, though. They better
Yeah.
not let
Oh
her
my
lose.
God.
Man. I'm
She should
sick
have won
of
that Blake stuff. She should have won the rivalry with Blake. In my opinion, I'm so serious. You know, I'm an NXT person, but she should have won that with Blake. Even though I love
I
Blake,
understand.
but
It's something. It's something. I'm trying to figure this out myself. Maybe Jason can help me. What is it about Jada Parker that she just cannot get over this hump right now? Have you seen anything?
I don't know, other than
haters. Haters. Haters.
I mean, I just don't know. She's got the look, she's got the skills, she's got the mic work. I mean, she's unapologetically herself,
yes,
right?
I'm like,
But
what is it?
I
What are they
wonder,
doing to her?
but I wonder if because she's unapologetically herself, they don't quite know how to package her.
like fun.
Hey, that's the only thing I'm saying. Like when you look at
I mean,
Jada Parker,
you got a point.
I'll never forget Jada Parker looking at the cameraman saying, you know, N-word, get out of my way, right? Right? I mean, she's unapologetically herself.
He did say that. Oh my
And she does not fit in the mold of, because let's be real. We're talking about Oba, we're talking about Trick, we're talking about Evans. Three talents who not only are all world, they're black talents, but they all kind of fit into a bucket. Oba, the whole Nigerian ruler thing, I mean, they've been doing that since Kamala in some form or fashion, right?
Yeah.
Kamala was on his stomach, right?
For sure.
You got Trent Williams, who for all intents and purposes is a pimp, right? You got Evans, who is a high flyer who smiles and makes everybody feel good. And then you got Jada Parker, who is just unabashedly, get the F out of my way.
And you know what? When she was
They
with
don't know what to do with
was
that.
it OTM? Is that OTM that she was with?
OTM. They still ain't got the push.
Oh, you right about that.
But they're starting to get that. They're starting to get it now. But the thing was, they broke that up, and that's what I think that's what messed me up. When you broke them off and wanted Jada to be this singles competitor and stuff like that, I thought that was missing. I get
But
it.
I don't know if that was really missing, bro. Like Jada stood by herself. I think it was the Lola Vice. Her bounce with Lola Vice. She had 4 matches with Lola Vice, and 2 of them were underground outside of PLEs, right? So the problem I had was that she never won. It's almost kind of like they're using her as the get over superstar.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's almost kind of like you now all of a sudden you put a belt on Lola. You're getting ready to put her in a championship bout at Stand and Deliver. It's kind of like they're delaying what should be the inevitable, because Lash didn't get a belt before she went up, did she? You know what they did? They brought in Julia and Stephanie Bakir and Jordan Grace. They brought these ladies in to elevate them, give them belts or at least title runs, and then don't give Jada none. That don't make sense to me. That just don't make sense. I like Jada's move right now, and I like the fact that she's unapologetically her. And I agree. That's what I said, Roy. She's a female Stone Cold.
Yes.
She's a female Stone Cold, and it's okay to have that because that gives you that edge.
Unless they're scared that she's going to get lost in the mix. I mean, you brought up Julia. They brought Julia up. They gave her a title. We don't ever see Julia.
Yeah, she sucked. She all she got is them kicks.
She's horrible. I agree. I agree.
Golly. Are you coming to Stand and Deliver, Jason? Coming home to St. Louis?
Man, I wish I could. You know, especially considering HBK's been doing them commercials for Sexy Red, right?
Talking about I'm challenging you, and Sexy Red now got the challenge now. Instituted on HBK, and she was gonna be in St. Louis. I'm like,
You know what he's doing. Like I said,
he know what he doing. He know what he doing. Yeah.
You know,
So we got that coming up next week. St. Louis SmackDown and Stand and Deliver, which is just odd to me because we all packaged Stand and Deliver with WrestleMania. But I think they was like, I don't feel like the morning. What was it? 9 o'clock in the morning that was for Stand and Deliver last year.
Yeah,
it was early.
Yeah,
it was early.
10 o'clock Vegas time.
Yeah.
And then you got to get ready for Mania and all that kind of stuff. That started at what, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
Mania too. I mean, not your Mania, the AAA stuff that day too. Remember?
Triple A's?
No,
the AAA, the AAA thing that they had.
Okay.
I get it. I get what you're saying because that's right. They're on every week now on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So
Right.
They're on every week now. Okay, I got you. So we got that. Not to mention,
Paul Heyman is involved in multiple facets of things that's going on, and so the dynamic is that they are literally in a place where that it can be rectified. That at the end of the day, that Paul Heyman's positioning right now is what matters mostly to the WWE. If they don't have Paul Heyman, I think it's going to fail. Like it's going to fall apart because his positioning matters more than anything.
Yeah.
And you think that due to Vince McMahon when he just stepped up? I was going to ask, well, you think that's due to Vince McMahon letting him come in after ECW was dissolved and stuff like that? Say we got to keep him on board because he can bring out the story to to everything.
You talking about Paul Heyman doing that?
Yeah,
I think so.
Heyman been around for 25 years. I don't think people realize that.
He's been around for 25 years. Back in the day, remember the ponytail and the hat with ECW and the ball head, right? But again, I go to this. For as much as I love Paul Heyman and for as integral as he is to everything that's going on currently, it shows an overall lack of planning for stories. Because for as much as I love the bloodline, if I were a wrestler, I'd feel like I was being suffocated by the bloodline because that's the only storyline going on, right? And I think it's the same thing for Heyman.
And I said, but Heyman got a lot of control and power with what he's been able to manipulate, over these last few months.
Yeah.
Division, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, everything intertwined to one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something I was going to say, when the pastor brought up Seth Rollins, when you all talk about how you didn't like Seth Rollins being in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
If I were Seth Rollins, I would stop pushing for me to be in the ring with other people. And I'm going to tell you why. Every time Seth Rollins in the ring, I don't care if he's in the ring with The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody, in this case, Oba, in this case, Brock Lesnar, he goes from looking like a top guy to me to being just another guy. Just doesn't have that star power, that aura that everybody else has. And he needs to stick and hang out with Logan Paul and those guys, let them build them up. I love Seth, but he's just not that guy to me.
I don't think he ever was that guy. I understand when he was call himself Monday Night Rollins and all that good stuff is one thing, but I'm like, I don't know. Jared would make sense of it.
Speaking of that, I think basically Seth Rollins is the Triple H of this era.
Ooh, I agree.
Triple H never really that guy. When we watched the old stuff, he was just like he said he was, but he really wasn't at all.
True.
So that's why I think what Seth is, he's a key player, but he's not like that person that's gonna get me to be in that seat.
But they're gonna make it seem like he's wrong when he really ain't.
Right. We wouldn't be talking about Triple H if Triple H wasn't running the company.
You're right. Because his match not that good.
Right?
his wrestling style was like it's like stiff. You talking about I'm the game. I mean, no credit. He had great storylines, but his in-ring work to me, it wasn't all that. Like what I seen Chris Benoit do, or like those guys were like real wrestlers, like wrestlers.
Right.
They had no charisma like that.
Okay, I got you.
I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta roll.
Yeah, we about to get on out of here too. Because I didn't realize we at the top of the hour now. So yeah. All right, Jay. Thank you so much.
All right, man. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me on, man. It's great seeing you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.
All right, so before we go, man, Jared, we've seen a lot of crazy stuff happen over these last few weeks with this thing with Brock Lesnar, this thing with Obafemi, of course, this boosting. Where would you go if you did this? If you're putting this match together between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, what would you kind of expect in the match, and how would you end the match?
So, in my opinion, I need a match between these guys. So the next couple of weeks that Brock scheduled to be at every week, I need Brock to get his lick back. I need an actual fight between these two behemoths of people. Even though I don't like Brock, but I need that fight. And during the match, of course, Orba gets him first, and then Brock gets around, start doing his thing, and then we need a what's the word? No hold bar match. I need everything used. Tables used.
You want him to hurt.
Yeah. So when this is what I see in my head of how the thing is going to go with the end part. Brock's going to get over to do a suplex. He do the suplex, Over bounce back up, do his little thing, his little pose, and murder Brock. He picks up Brock. Fall from grace. Not one. Matter of fact, forget the fall from grace. You know what I need? A F10. That's what I need.
Hey, are you telling me you want Obafemi to do an F5 on Brock Lesnar?
Nah, F10. You remember how he did Wesley?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I need that in that match.
Yo, he pulled a stolen finisher like that.
I need him to do that in that. Not naturally like to win the match, but that's in that match. Well, attempt to do it. It's not gonna work, but
and we talked about it a little bit earlier about Oba's aura and these wrestlers like Brock and Roman that have never really been fearful of themselves and being in these spots. That if I would this be? Could this be the retirement match of Brock Lesnar?
I mean, you could always do Brock versus Oba too. Because you remember, we still got at Backlash. You got Backlash still.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, but they trying to push Brock Lesnar's retirement match for Minnesota because that's where SummerSlam is. It's in Minneapolis, where
Money in the Bank
Brock's from. So they're trying to get at that, but it's like every time it looked like something don't look good for where they're at now. They have to take what they wanted from that and push it up to say, and this is going to enhance it. And it's like, we'll just go from there afterwards. And that's what I think that's what's been the downfall of WWE and TKO. And I get it. The injuries have been, Jason had talked about it a little bit about the injuries because guys look like they've been more sloppier than they have been before. And so it's not working for them. And they're not working a lot like they used to. So remember, we used to say, look, they work 330 days out the year. They've been giving them less time, and it's showing. It's showing. So, but again, all of this is on Paul Heyman. Everything. Did you want to see Paul Heyman in this match, or you don't even need to be involved?
Not in no Brock match.
Not in no Brock match.
If Seth and Braun Breaker have a match, then yes, but not in no Brock Lesnar. To be honest with you, it's only two places where you can put this match between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. You can open up or you can main event. That's the only two places. Me personally, I wanted the main event, but you got the WWE champion and the World Heavyweight champion.
And they always got a main event. The
Always.
show always got a main event. The champion is what main events WrestleMania. And I'm like, what's going to wind up happening is going to either be the opening match of night 1 or night 2.
It's one of them. I'm pretty sure, and I'm assuming it's going to be night 2.
I would rather it be night 2, but I can see it. They want to start it with a bang.
That's a bang.
It's definitely will start a bang. It's like you can't miss the show if you if they jump off on night 1, which means I had to get my computer ready for this. Gotta get my laptop ready for this one, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this one translates as we getting closer to Mania time. The hype is that match only, but
I have faith that WWE sometimes that they're going to do the right thing. Besides, Oba, a match that I really want to see is having my GOAT, the other GOAT, Carmelo Hayes, on the WrestleMania stage. And honestly, him and Dragunov can have a 2 out of 3 falls match. I would love that. Because they would
never do that. They would do that on SmackDown, but never on Mania.
They've been carrying SmackDown for the past few weeks. The mid card has been carrying the show wrestling wise for the past 2 weeks. Past few weeks. But
yeah, they've been the only matches because the heavyweights aren't fighting. The heavyweights aren't fighting on TV
because they old, so they can't fight like that. They don't get injured.
Let's see. What did you feel about Priest and R-Truth winning the tag belts?
Didn't see no point to it. I love R-Truth. Damian, bisexual Undertaker, he's okay. I'm an R-Truth fan, but if we're gonna have the storyline with the Wyatts again, I'm tired of Wyatts fighting the Solo in them. If we're gonna have this storyline of the Wyatts versus Solo at WrestleMania, then why are we just fighting over a lantern? That he can go buy another lantern. First of all, that don't make no sense. He can go.
No, he wants that lantern because that's the one that Bray Wyatt.
Okay, and you seen like the little tension between him and Tonga? No, Tonga.
Yes.
Yeah, Tonga, I was right. Talking about give the lantern back, something like Roman. So either they gonna break up, which was like, dang.
Yeah, I think the MFT is about to break up too.
And I also believe that after WrestleMania, we need a superstar shakeup. We need to trade people on each brand. They need to switch around because this is getting stale a little bit. Seeing the same people fight every week.
True. Obafemi does not need to be tied down to any show
At all.
Seriously. He need the same contract like Brock Lesnar. He can pop up on anybody's show, wreck everything, and leave.
But only thing is, let him actually wrestle. Yes.
They have. See, that's the thing. They've let Oba wrestle.
But not like no match. Like a match.
Yeah, I get it's a little gimmicky match or whatever, man. But like tune-ups and whatnot. But
yeah, squash matches, which is crazy. He squashed Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
Johnny
Wrestling is going to be in the NXT North American title match between him and Miles Moore.
I would not be mad if he won. So serious.
Interesting.
I love Johnny Gargano. He's like when I think of if I want to wrestle and I want to have a wrestling ability, I can think of him. His wrestling ability is amazing. Oh, he's back on. Oh Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to ride.
Oh my bad.
You had to ride. It's okay.
Yeah, no, we good though.
Your dad said some of them will be absorbed into the new bloodline.
No bloodline.
It's coming back because they know they need it. They know they need it.
That's bad. First of all, one of them ain't a bloodline member. He's just another person.
Who?
what's his name? JC Mateo. He's just
Oh
there.
yeah.
He has no purpose. And the other two don't even look threatening
I
at
think
all.
Solo's gonna go solo now.
And let him go on Raw, please. They need to split them
Go
up.
on Raw.
We need to mix up
Keep
after
him on
WrestleMania.
SmackDown. I think the MFTs is gonna break up after Mania. It's fine. It's time to get rid of it all. Let the Y6 go. Like this feud got to end after Mania. Let them go. Let them go. It just did not hold enough weight like it's supposed to.
First of all, if I'm booking a Y6 story,
Valiant effort.
should attack Roman Reigns. Because Roman really started off his tribal chief era, the new era of Roman Reigns, beating Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, destroying both of them.
I won't be happy till Oba is facing Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I mean, yeah.
That'll be dope.
That's
dope.
How they gotta go. And you know what's funny? We sitting here talking about it. Gunther has no match. LA Knight has no match. I sat there and I said, Gunther and LA Knight might as well go at it for themselves. Or I said Gunther could be in the Andre the Giant.
Are they even doing it?
They do it on SmackDown. They don't do it on Raw. I mean, on WrestleMania.
Put it on Mania's card because they don't have much going on with the card itself anyway.
I mean, it's gonna be one match that they thinking about doing, which they should, is the three Asians going against each other. I will watch that.
Boy, no.
I'm an EO. EO's my favorite women's wrestler, so I can't really talk about that.
My gosh.
Yeah, I want an EO versus Julia personally, but EO versus Asuka and Kairi is okay.
Yeah, they talking about doing that EO versus Asuka and whatnot, man. That ain't gonna hold a lot of weight at this point. Like, not even listen. I like the women matches, and they have been holding it down. Like the match is gonna be fine, but it's just don't hold weight. Where it's like I'm looking at Oba versus Brock, and you and I look. Everybody on this panel sitting there saying, if Oba do not beat Brock Lesnar, we are all fading from WWE.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I mean, I'm gonna be mad. I ain't gonna start watching them.
I ain't gonna even be mad. I'm not gonna be mad at that. I think either way, whether Oba wins or loses, whether Brock wins or loses, it don't really take away the sting of the match itself. I think it's gonna have purpose. I think if Oba does lose, Brock needs to give him some sense of, man, like you gave me a fight of my life kind of a deal. I just think it's either way it go, it's gonna get him over. So it ain't gonna really make a difference. I don't think it would matter. Him winning is gonna matter more because winning will catapult him faster than it would with him losing.
That's a culture thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I agree.
He ain't winning for himself. He winning for all the wrestlers in us.
Brock beat every single black champion. I'm so serious.
And that's what make that even more profound is that the fact that they were all champion. Because I wanted to pull up a video from 2019, 2020, when he had that, or 2021 when he was going against Bobby Lashley, and he called him Bobby Who in the ring, and we was all sitting there kind of laughing about that. But that was the thing. He knocked off Bobby Lashley for the title, and let's not forget the 30 seconds he did with Kofi Kingston.
Don't remind me about that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all that Kofi Mania for nothing.
There was a photo where Obafemi was standing tall, and then there was 5 black wrestlers behind him that all were champion, and you got Brock Lesnar standing with his back turned to the picture, and they all looked at that. I was like, "That's the whole game." Yeah.
Kofi tweeted "Avengers" after that happened. Kofi funny.
Did you read the thing at the bottom? It say, "I got the hashtag Avengers."
Right.
I did that just for that purpose.
That's horrible.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me, man.
Yeah.
It's quite hilarious. So yeah, that's where we are right now, man. March 26th. So there it is. Avenge us.
Yeah.
All right, gang. Let's get up out of here, man. It's been a good show. We had a good conversation, and we noticed that in the end, Paul Heyman is the one that's been tying everything together.
Yep.
Everything. All right, folks. Well, we
The
thank
greatest genius.
you. Go ahead and pull that stop together. All right,
Yes, sir.
let's get up out of here. And gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
For coming in, and as always, we're gonna get there around Time Mania. Hopefully, more and good things are happening where we really can discuss what we can see happening coming in with WrestleMania. So, nephew, thank you. Doc, as always,
Yes, sir.
so much.
Y'all know what it is.
It said, I'm just saying, let Oba destroy Gunther at a pay-per-view. Heavy back up. See what happened with that.
Yes.
Y'all know y'all would love to see Naomi come back.
Yes. I think y'all coming back after WrestleMania, personally.
Who? Bianca?
Yeah. After Mania, after like a surprise, you know what they do.
I would love for Bianca to cost Jade Cargill her title. She'd be the reason for it.
I would be excited that she's back. Thank God.
Naomi needs to come back for Money in the Bank.
She gonna win it again.
And don't let her cash in until Royal Rumble.
Oh, can get a break like that.
All right,
He don't like it. He don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen.
I'm looking for Dom versus Finn as well.
That's gonna happen.
Yep.
I think I'm looking for this Drew versus Jacob match too.
I need everything used. Free rules match.
Yeah, so they could just destroy themselves. All right, gang.
All right, y'all.
2 fingers in
Peace
the
and
air.
hair grease.
We out of here. See y'all Tuesday. Same time, same back channel. We out of here, y'all. Hey, thanks to everybody that tuned in. Love you. And see y'all Tuesday.